Jason, three things that, like, just the top three things, 20-second elevator pitch. Everybody rushed this migration to remote to cloud. What are they facing from a problem point of view? What's the solution?
So three top things, I think we talked about the security aspect, just double, triple checking, engage your local partner to, help make sure that your environment's secure. I mean, that's probably the most important one, because I tell you what, that first one falls and something happens, security breach, it's worse than a pandemic. So we don't want to go down that path. The second piece is, just making sure that your systems are set up and reliable for this onslaught wave of the next, call it wave 2 or whatever is going to happen up here in the fall. Just be prepared, so that way the amount of people working from home and the performance of those solutions are set and they're built and they're ready to go. And the third is, it still comes back down to business practices and policies within your organization, just to ensure that you're set to work from home effectively and efficiently in all aspects, helping your customers to helping your employees, just across the board.
Awesome. Perfect.
And just so everybody knows, since, Jason, he doesn't just have an amazing home office, that actually is his office. So since the rest of us,
we're a little lucky. I mean, being from where I'm at, our density per person we measure in square miles, not square feet. Like you guys are at.
You're definitely social distancing. So
automatically social distancing by the nature of my location. So
or as Dimitri says, it's automagically a social distancing.
Right? That's a great word.
It's a technical term, actually.
All right, so Dimitri, from your perspective, though, as things happen,
yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, if you're gonna ask and answer the same question, that's good.
Yeah, so I was gonna answer sort of similar question. So I would and I think Jason's advice is Jason's much closer to the customers here, right? He sees the pain. So I would take his advice in terms of going forward more than mine. Mine is just more like state of mind, in a way, but just do prepare for the next 9 months. And there's no excuse this time to do things ad hoc, okay? Because March was a surprise.
Right.
I don't know, October, November, whatever, right? If things like, I'm in California right now, it's kind of frustrating for us because we were one of the first epicenters where I live, Santa Clara County. We were one of the first epicenters in the United States. We clamped it down, but now it's going back up. So it's frustrating, but whatever. So if this comes back up again in October, there's no excuse to be surprised again. So what we discussed earlier, MFA, patching, et cetera, what Jason said, capacity of resources, bandwidth, et cetera. Just at this point, nobody should be caught by surprise, and you have to worry about, do you have sufficient licensing? Do you have sufficient capacity? Do you actually do this business continuity with security? Because now, whereas in March, it was okay to prioritize business continuity over security. Now, a single security event, Jason, I think you alluded to this, a single security event can bring you down, right? A single large security, and with everybody being and I'm not trying to scare people, it's a reality. I work from home. Let's say that my computer, I'm using my personal computer also as my work computer, and I click on some website. I don't have, let's pretend, I do have a firewall here because they're free for me, right? But if I have a Linksys router from 2005 Linux running Linux kernel 2.4 with multiple remotely executable, multiple RCEs, right? I get something on my machine. My credentials get stolen. The attacker can take my credentials, knowing that people reuse the credentials, log into O365. Oh, they're not an O365. Maybe let's try G Suite, right? Chances are I'm going to be on one of those two. I don't need to hack your company now. I just need to steal. And I like to use this term. It's like, I need to steal the least technically capable person's credentials to get into the company, right? So, or the most technically gullible persons. If I have their credentials and you don't have things like MFA, right? I'm in, all right? I get into your 365, I get into your whatever. I can try all the cloud services. It's easy for me. Maybe you can. That's why you're seeing so many brute force attacks, right? So you know, there's no excuse now. I think now going forward, security and business continuity are on the same level. Not one trumps the other.
I was talking with a vendor in the financial space, and they floated the statistic that there has been an up to 84% increase in automated malicious bot traffic to the login pages of a lot of their customers. 84%.
Password reuse, baby. Password reuse. That's what
ridiculous.
it is. I can download databases, gigabytes and gigabytes worth of stolen databases of credentials. I have bots, and I can start. And this comes back to that whole RDP, open RDP, and not having 2FA. So you do have an employee who used the same, you know, password 123, right, everywhere. Now you have 2FA. That's your safety net. So, sorry, I keep coming back to that. There's nothing more important you can do right now from a security point of view than MFA.
So what else, I guess, Jason, what else are you telling your clients now? Obviously, we just those few checklist things, but is there, you know, are you recommending that, you know, they have audits? Are you recommending that they, you know, work with people like you guys? They work like, you know, to take that next step? Because as you said, I mean, not everybody, the small to medium size or even enterprise, they don't, you know, philosophically, they may know what to do, but they don't know maybe practically how to take that next step. And that's partially what, you know, we want to make sure people know.
Yep. So that's exactly right. So I mean, what we're recommending here at High Point Outworks is, you know, we're working with our customers that have quickly deployed a lot of solutions in a very short amount of time to engage security services, to engage just a audit of the organization of how those applications are how they're working, what they're doing, kind of just starting from soup to nuts again, right? I mean, we do the traditional penetration testing and all those different aspects all the time, but it's more about, you know, the practices and the best, you know, the best practices, and then just the audit of the organization. That's kind of where we started at, and we're just trying to work through that with our different customer base. It's too many changes at too little bit of time. There's too many possibilities for a mistake. So we just want to, you know, take the magnifying glass back out and take a look at those things.